And if you could silence your phones, that would be wonderful. Good morning, and thank you for joining us, everyone, on this Saturday morning. I am Yvette Jones, Chief Communications Officer for Douglas County Government. On behalf of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners, our county administration, and all of our citizens, I welcome you to this swearing-in ceremony of Douglas County's newly elected and re-elected officials. I am honored to stand before you today on this momentous occasion. So now this is the moment in the program where we will generally pause to acknowledge any elected officials, but that really is the purpose of us being here today. So I would venture to guess that a good portion of our room is filled with elected officials. So let's do this. If there are any elected, appointed, senior status, retired officials who have joined us here today who are not being sworn in this morning, would you please stand and offer a brief wave? Our county commissioners, state delegation, I see a couple of other judges in the room, and other elected officials. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your service. So now, before we begin our program, I'd like to invite Pastor Richard Hunter of Midway United Methodist Church here to offer the invocation. He will be followed by Valerie Missick singing the national anthem, and then our Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor Hunter?
Good morning. Good morning. Let us pray. Dear God, on the week that we celebrate the birth of your Son in a town called Bethlehem, we remember his humble birth and the angel song that the good news of his salvation and peace is for all people of every race, tribe, nation, culture, and economic status. We recall that he grew up under the authority of local leaders and officials who managed the majority of his daily life. So we lift up our county commissioners, judges, county staff, and the elected leaders chosen by the people of Douglas County to represent us in the important decisions they will make over the next 4 years. We humbly pray that you will strengthen them with wisdom and grace for the heavy burden they will carry. Give them hearts and vision for the people who so often do not have a voice in our state, the poor, the forgotten, the powerless, and the children who depend on public education, safe places to play, and quality health care. I pray, O Lord, that they will be a team who listens well and respects one another. My prayerful hope is that they will serve and learn together as one team. Keep their hearts pure and their eyes fixed on the good of all of our citizens. May they plan and work in the best interest of the people they are called to serve. And when their term of office is concluded, may their legacy be one that is lifted up for future generations as an example of selflessness, honesty, and well thought out decisions. We ask this in the name of the God of creation, who gives us life and the freedom to accept God's grace and give that grace freely to others. Amen. Amen.
Good morning. Good morning. If you can please stand for the singing of the pledge, or the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in Will you please join me for the pledge?
Thank you so much for that beautiful rendition. So it is time now for swearing in and oaths of office for Douglas County's newly and re-elected officials. Thank you. Thank you. We begin with Judge Cynthia Adams, who will be sworn in as Chief Judge of the Douglas County Superior Court. Officiating her oath of office is the Honorable Verda Colvin, Georgia Supreme Court Justice. They will make their way to the dais. And a little about Judge Adams as they get into place. Judge Cynthia C. Adams has been serving as a Superior Court judge since 2017. She is the first female and first African American to serve as a judge in Douglas County on the state or Superior Court level. She was originally appointed in 2017 and has been re-elected twice to continue serving her community. Prior to being on the bench, Judge Adams likes to say that her legal career started as a teenager in 1993. That's when she was selected as an intern in the first class of the Atlanta Bar Association's Summer Law Internship Program for high school students. Judge Adams now serves as a mentor and an intern host in that same program that developed her. Judge Adams is honored to serve the Douglas County community on the bench. In addition to her regular court docket, she also presides over the Douglas County Mental Health Court and established the Parental Accountability Court. She is a graduate of Oakwood College, now Oakwood University, and the University of Georgia School of Law. She serves her community in several areas, including as a 2017 graduate of Leadership Douglas, a member of the Douglas County Bar Association, and Douglas County Chamber of Commerce, Douglas County Rotary, and the Sigma Omega Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She currently serves on the Judicial Council of Georgia Access to Justice Committee, Council of Accountability Court Judges Executive Committee, and chairs the Council of Accountability Court Judges Special Treatment Committee. She is married to her college sweetheart, Dwayne Adams, a partner in an Atlanta law firm, and they have two beautiful children. Justice Colvin.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. I am pleased and honored to do the swearing in of Judge Cynthia Adams. She and I have much in common. Three of the things that I think jailed me to her when I first met her at a conference, I believe, when I was a Superior Court judge in the Macon-Bibb Judicial Circuit, were three components that I think solidifies who she is as a person. Number one, she is always her authentic self and genuine. In a world like ours, that is very much needed. And so I really immediately connected with her. Additionally to that, she's committed to service, and also she's a lover of people. So those three things immediately gelled us. And I kept wondering, why did I like her so much? We have so many Superior Court judges, and you connect with all of them on some level, but with her, I truly connected. And then I figured out why that was. We have this connection, this bond from the Adventist church, which gives us a life of service. We feel that deeply, and that is who we are as people. But then on top of that, I learned that she and I graduated from the same high school in Atlanta, Daniel M. Farrell High School. What about that? And then when she assumed the role as a judge here in Douglas County, she presided over a mental health court. I presided over a mental health court. That's the love of my life, the thing that I've enjoyed the most as a jurist. In addition to that, she started the Parental Accountability Court. That's huge, and that means a lot for your county, whether you know it or not. And so when she asked me to do this, my husband and I had something on the calendar to do later this afternoon, knowing how far Douglas County is from Macon, and knowing this was going to be a traffic holiday, I said, I've got to go. I'll be there, and I'll just meet you later in Macon. That's what I told my husband. And so I am so pleased to be here because I want to tell you all something. You have the perfect person to be a chief judge. It requires someone who has an humble spirit, who's a consensus builder, and who's a lover of people. And that's what you have in your soon-to-be Chief Judge of Douglas County upon her swearing in. And so at this time, Judge Adams, I'd ask that you raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, and repeat after me. I, and state your full name,
I, Cynthia Adams,
a citizen of Douglas County,
a citizen of Douglas County,
and being an employee
and being an employee
of the Douglas County Superior Court
of the Douglas County Superior Court
and the recipient
and the recipient
of public funds
for
services rendered
as such an employee,
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Georgia.
and the state of Georgia.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will administer justice
that I will administer justice
without respect of person and do equal rights
to
to the poor and the rich,
the poor and the rich,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as Chief Judge
as Chief Judge
of the Douglas County Superior Court,
of the Douglas County Superior Court,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding,
and
agreeably
agreeably
to the laws
to the laws
and Constitution of this state
and Constitution of this state
and the Constitution of the United States.
and the Constitution of this great United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Chief Judge. I love you. You're so welcome. Congratulations. Okay, wait a minute, you gotta take pictures. Yes. Okay, you gotta take pictures.
Dwayne, can I get? So, is this on? The last time that I was up here was actually in 2022 after being elected and being sworn in for another 4 years. And I think I was the first one to be sworn in. And at that time, I mentioned that I was going to be very brief in my remarks. And then it turned out that I was very long in my remarks. That will not happen today. I will try to be very brief because I know that you all are here to see your loved ones being sworn in as well. But I do want to say thank you to my commissioners, Madam Chair, the commissioners that are here. I want to say thank you to my fellow public servants who are here. We all know the work that we do on behalf of Douglas County. I want to say thank you to Senator James. I see that Senator James is here in the audience as well. And I want to especially say thank you to those of you that are out there, my friends, my families, the citizens, my fellow citizens of Douglas County. This is my county. As you can see, I have a very large family. and we all live here in Douglas County. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank my parents who are here, especially my mother, who this is a special occasion for me because it's her birthday today, and I want to say happy birthday, Mom, to be sworn in on her birthday. But I want to thank my parents who never quieted their overly talkative child, but rather saw that her voice and her stick-to-itiveness and stubbornness would one day be the catalyst to her success. And so I want to thank my parents. I want to thank my husband and my best friend, who has no equal and has loved me and supported me from way back when. It's going to be 24 years next year that we're going to be married, and he's been my supporter throughout my teenage years, my college years, my years as an attorney, my years as a judge, even while being a powerhouse attorney in his own profession and a partner in a law firm. And to those single ladies out there who are asking the question, the answer is no, he does not have a brother. To my siblings and my family who always keep me so humble, when I step out of this courthouse, they are all like, "Judge who?" We just know you as Cynthia, and I appreciate that, and they treat me that way. And again, thank you to the citizens of Douglas County for your vote of confidence, believing that I am qualified to hold this seat. I thank God every day that he sees fit that I should serve my community from the bench, and I don't take it for granted. As I stand here today, I stand on the shoulders of so many great women who have gone on before me to pave this path that I now travel. The road is a lot easier. It's not as encumbered as it could have been because so many have already paved the way. You know, I think of one of my favorite history makers, Rosa Parks, who sat because she could not stand it any longer. I even think of Sandra Day O'Connor, who was the first female on the U.S. Supreme Court and now being sworn in by Justice Verda Colvin, who, as she mentioned, we have so many connections, but she is serving on the Georgia Supreme Court. I stand on the shoulders of my mother, who crossed an ocean twice to make a better life for her family, even though she doesn't know how to swim. I am honored to serve the country that I love, the people that I respect, and the system that I believe in as the Chief Judge of Douglas County. I thank my former Chief Judges, Judge McLean, who was sitting over there in the corner, who at this point, because I've called his name, is probably going blah, blah, blah. He always says that when he thinks I'm gonna get sappy about him. But he has been a great chief, a great fellow judge, and a great friend, and I'm going to miss him on the bench. But he will be coming back to serve as senior judge. I don't know if Judge Emerson is here, but he also served as my chief judge while being on the bench, and I am grateful for him and the many others who led the court before me. I, along with my now Superior Court judges, Judge Dia Warren and Judge Lauren Wallace, Judge Wallace wave, because you got sworn, there we are. Douglas County, we are here to serve you on the bench with integrity and with fairness. We thank you so very much. I thank you so very much, and I hope that was brief enough for y'all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judge Adams. Now, don't go far. As you guys will see, we're putting her to work today, and I do have some paperwork for you to sign as well. Okay, next in our program to be sworn in is Douglas County Superior Court Judge Dia Warren. And you've already heard his name. Officiating her oath of office is the Honorable William H. Bo McLean, Chief Judge of the Douglas County Superior Court. Judge Dia B. Warren has served as Superior Court Judge since March 2022. As a Superior Court Judge, Judge Warren presides over felony criminal cases, divorces, child custody matters, disputes over title to land, matters of equity, such as injunctions and protective orders, and other civil disputes. She also presides over a division of Douglas County's Felony Drug Court, which aims to help people with substance abuse issues recover from addiction and reintegrate into our society. Judge Warren also regularly commits her time and energy to several organizations serving the community as a board member, volunteer, instructor, coach, and mentor. Prior to her service on the bench, Judge Warren had a distinguished career in public service, primarily prosecuting homicides and other serious violent crimes. A native of Memphis, Tennessee, Judge Warren is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and is a proud graduate both of Spelman College and Georgia State University College of Law. Judge McClain, I hand it over to you.
Thank you very much. Blah, blah, blah. Except the part about your mama, that was good. It's my honor to administer the oath of office and the loyalty oath to Judge Dia B. Warren of the Douglas County Superior Court. And I know she is very happy for this day because we now have to quit calling her baby judge, which is a tradition we have in the Superior Courts for the newest judge that we have on the bench. So now she's got some seniority, and we're going to call Lauren Wallace baby judge. And I can tell she already likes it. Some big smile on her face. I'm not going to give a speech, even though this may be one of my last official acts as your chief judge. And y'all are going, thank God he's not going to give a speech. A couple of people are happy. But I do want to say something in Latin to all of you who are elected officials taking the oath and those who are elected and don't take the oath today. Salus populi suprema lex esto. What that means is the safety of the people is the first law. Please remember that, elected officials. Judge Warren, are you ready to take the oath of office?
Yes, I am.
If you'll place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Dia Brittany Warren,
A citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of the state of Georgia,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
for services rendered as such employee,
for services rendered as such employee,
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia.
and the Constitution of Georgia.
I do further swear
I do further swear
that I will administer justice
that I will administer justice
without respect to person
without respect to persons
and do equal rights
and do equal rights
to the poor and the rich,
to the poor and the rich,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent on me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as a judge of the Superior Courts
as a judge of the Superior Courts
of this state,
of this state,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and understanding and agreeably
and understanding and agreeably
to the laws and Constitution of this state
to the laws and Constitution of this state
and the Constitution of the United States.
and the Constitution of the United States.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority
or authority
thereof, that I am not the holder of any office
that I am not the holder of any office
of trust under the government
of trust under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
nor of either of the several states,
nor of either of the several states,
nor of any foreign state,
nor of any foreign state,
and that I am otherwise qualified.
and that I am otherwise qualified.
So, a little emphasis there, Judge. to hold said office
to hold said office
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of Georgia,
and laws of Georgia,
and that I will support the Constitution
and that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and that I have been a resident of this circuit
and that I have been a resident of this circuit
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and laws of this state,
and laws of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
All right, one more.
Okay.
The loyalty oath. I, Dia B. Warren,
I, Dia B. Warren,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of the state of Georgia,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
for services rendered
for services rendered
as such employee,
as such employee,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia,
and the Constitution of Georgia.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Dia B. Warren.
Good morning. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I do promise that I will be brief, but I first want to give honor to God because without Him, I would not be here. I would also like to thank my family who's here from Memphis. It's really an honor for both my almost 90-year-old grandmother to be here, and then also my 3-year-old niece to be here in the same room at the same time. Like, I try not to get emotional about that, but it is really an honor to have my family here, along with my mother, my really lifetime friends who are here, and I really want to thank them for taking the time to be here. I also want to thank everyone who serves Douglas County every day, from our commissioners to our state delegation to our wonderful staff. I could not go a day without my staff that keeps me together, and I want to thank all of them for their hard work and dedication that they put forth on a day-to-day basis. And lastly, I would like to thank the citizens of Douglas County. It is not lost on me that this is an honor and a privilege to do this job. I don't take it lightly, all of the words that are stated in the oath. I truly believe that, and it is my goal to serve every single day with honor and integrity. We have a responsibility, and you all have trusted us to do justice, and that is my goal every single day. And so I thank you for entrusting me with another 4 years. I promise to serve with integrity, and I look forward to everything that comes with that. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Judge Warren. I think we're going to put you to work in a little bit as well. All right, next is the Honorable Eddie Barker, State Court Judge. He will be sworn in by the Honorable William H. Bo McLean. And as they make their way to the dais, a little about Judge Barker. Judge Eddie Barker was born in Chatsworth, Georgia in 1961. He has been married for 41 years to his beautiful wife, Shirley, and has 3 grown children and 6 grandchildren. Can you all hear me? Judge Barker attended Georgia State University College of Law from 1986 until 1989 and earned his Juris Doctor degree. Prior to that, he attended Mercer University in Atlanta from 1979 until 1983 and achieved his Bachelor of Arts degree in history. He is a 1979 graduate of Lithia Springs High School. Judge Barker established the Douglas County DUI Drug Court in April 2013 and has presided over that court since that time. The Douglas County DUI Drug Court has been recognized as a model DUI court from 2021 to 2024 and again from 2025 to 2027. More than 220 individuals have graduated from that program. Judge Barker is a member of the CACJ Executive Committee and Treatment Committee. He is the co-chair of the DUI Court Judges Committee of the Council of State Court Judges. In his 14-plus years on the bench, Judge Barker has conducted more than 200 jury trials. Judge McLean?
Thank you very much. This is a real honor for me because Chief Judge Barker and I, what'd you say? Chief Judge Barker and I have been friends and colleagues for a generation. The most important thing about his biography, though, that was not mentioned is that he was a winning contestant on Wheel of Fortune. Am I right about that?
You are.
That's right. What people don't like about me is I never forget anything. And I never miss an opportunity to rub it in, by the way. Chief Judge Barker, at this time, I'm going to administer the oath to you. If you will have your wife place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I, Eddie Barker,
I, Eddie Barker,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will administer justice
that I will administer justice
without respect of persons
without respect of persons
and do equal rights to the poor
and do equal rights to the poor
and the rich,
and the rich,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as Chief Judge
as Chief Judge
of the State Court of Douglas County,
of the State Court of Douglas County,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding,
and
agreeably to the laws
agreeably to the laws
of the Constitution of this state
of the Constitution of this state
and the Constitution of the United States.
and the Constitution of the United States.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereof,
or authority thereof,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government of the United States,
under the government of the United States,
any other state,
any other states,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am prohibited from holding
which I am prohibited from holding
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
and that I am otherwise qualified
and that I am otherwise qualified
to hold said office
to hold said office
according to the Constitution of the United States
according to the Constitution of the United States
and laws of Georgia,
and laws of Georgia,
and that I will support the constitutions
and that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and that I have been a resident
and that I have been a resident
of Douglas County
of Douglas County
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and laws of this state.
and laws of this state,
So help me God.
so help me God.
And now the loyalty oath. I, Eddie Barker,
I, Eddie Barker,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of Douglas County
and being an employee of Douglas County
and recipient of public funds
and recipient of public funds
for services rendered
for services rendered
as such employee,
as such employee,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I will support the constitutions
that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of
and
Georgia.
the state of Georgia,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Judge Eddie Barker.
One, two, three. One, two, Good morning. I just want to say thank you to the Lord God Almighty for my Savior today and allowing me to be here. Let me also thank you, all of you for being here, the citizens of Douglas County, and especially those of you here maybe that voted for me to re-elect me to now a 5th term serving Douglas County, and I appreciate it. I want to thank my family for their steadfast support over the years. It's been a long journey, and they've been with me every step of the way, and I couldn't have done it without them. Even on those nights when maybe we get a call at 3 in the morning wanting law enforcement wanting us to sign a search warrant. Well, that might not be my wife's favorite time, but she stays with me anyway. I also want to thank my staff for the great work that they do every day. I also want to thank, and he'll be up here in a minute, my other judge, Brian Fortner, does a great and outstanding job, and I enjoy working with him every day and look forward to continuing working with him over the next 4 years. I want to recognize all of the work involved in what goes on in the state court. We have great offices here in Douglas County, and they're all involved in the work of the state court, such as the Solicitor General's office, the Public Defender's office, the Clerk of Court, and the Sheriff's Department. Especially want to say thank you to Sheriff Tim Pounds. He's always been a great supporter of mine, and make sure that everyone here recognizes the great work that he and his staff do every day in this courthouse and around the county, keeping all of us safe. And so I just want to make sure we recognize that. I've now been a servant of Douglas County for over 3 decades. As Judge McLean mentioned, we actually go way back. And I do have a couple of Judge McLean stories I could tell you as well. I probably shouldn't, though, not at this time. See me afterwards, and maybe I can give you a couple of those. But anyway, I had the opportunity as a young lawyer to come to work in the district attorney's office here in Douglas County back in 1993. Judge McLean was actually the chief assistant at that time. And over the years, I got the chance to, in every chance I could, I went to the courtroom because we had some great lawyers that worked in that office. And Judge McLean was one of the best trial lawyers in this state. And every chance I could, I went and watched him. And then in 2008, he decided to run for Superior Court judge. And he knew at that time, and shortly thereafter, I had a desire to become a judge myself someday. And a couple years later, when I decided it was about time, he came to see me and gave me some encouragement and advice about how to go about it, and offered his assistance as well. And I always remember that and appreciate that. Judge McLean, thank you. This county will definitely miss your years of service and what you've done for this county over the last several years. Since my family moved here in 1971, I have grown up here and witnessed a change in Douglas County from a small little bedroom community to Atlanta to now a metro Atlanta county. It is continuing to grow. It's a great place for folks to do business, and it's part of our job to make sure people feel safe in this community when they come here. And so I will tell you that Judge Fortner and I take that responsibility very seriously, and we work hard every day to try to make sure that we do our job to the best of our ability and support each other and support everyone else in the county. And we do, and we're able to do that because of great support from the commissioners and our elected officials all throughout the county and the state, our state representatives as well. And so with that encouragement and support, we're able to, I think, get the job done very effectively. You heard in my bio that I started a DUI court back in 2013. Here in the last several years, Judge Fortner and I have been working on that court. The court's now been recognized for a second time as a model DUI court for the state. And that's some of the best work that we do as judges, when we get to actually see and be a part of people's lives that are struggling with addiction, which is terrible, is a terrible plague on our county and our community and our state and our nation. And whatever small part we can do to help change some lives, that is what we're going to continue to do as well over these next 4 years. We think that we do a very effective job. We're not perfect. Everybody has their struggles and ups and downs, and it's hard sometimes. But then when we see those graduates walk that stage and tell their stories of transformation in their lives and the support of their families, it's a really, really a great feeling to know. And we're able to do that again through the support of our commissioners and our local legislation, because we get grant money from the state as well in being able to operate that court. So let me just end by saying, again, thank you to everyone. I appreciate all of your support. We look forward to continuing to grow as the county's going to grow. We have a third judge that we expect to be coming on board this summer, thanks to the commissioners and our legislators, which will help us be even more efficient in serving the needs of our citizens and county officials and everyone else that may have a cause to have a chance to appear in our court. So again, thank you to my family. Thank you for your love and support and your patience. And I look forward to serving the citizens, all citizens of Douglas County for the next 4 years. Thank you.
See, Judge McLean is getting in place one more time. His work is not done. Next, we have Judge Brian Fortner, State Court Judge. You just heard a little bit about him and the work that they are doing together on that DUI court. Judge Brian Fortner is an Atlanta native whose education began at Grant Park Elementary School in 1977 and ended when he graduated from the Georgia State University College of Law in 2000. He immediately began his legal career as a prosecutor in the Douglas County District Attorney's Office later that year. Judge Fortner has lived in this community for 25 years and has served as the elected Solicitor General and the elected District Attorney of Douglas County. Judge Fortner has been a judge of the Douglas County State Court since 2018. He attends Crossroads Church of Douglasville and is a husband of 28 years and a proud father of 2 18-year-old young men and a boxer named Boomer. Judge McLean?
Well, for every story there is about me, there's about 4 about Judge Fortner. I just want to make that point right off the bat. Are you ready to take the oath, sir?
Yes, sir.
Please raise your right hand. I, Brian K. Fortner,
I, Brian K. Fortner,
do swear
do swear
that I will administer justice
that I will administer justice
without respect of persons
without respect of persons
and do equal rights
and do equal rights
to the poor and the rich,
to the poor and the rich,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent
all the duties incumbent
upon me as a judge of the State Court
upon me as a judge of the State Court
of Douglas County,
of Douglas County,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my ability
and understanding,
and understanding,
and agreeably to the laws and Constitution
and agreeably to the laws and Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Georgia.
and the state of Georgia.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereof,
or authority thereof,
and that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government of the United States,
under the government of the United States,
any of the several states,
any of the several states,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am prohibited from holding
which I am prohibited from holding
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
and that I am otherwise
and
qualified
that I am otherwise qualified
to hold said office
to hold said office
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and laws of Georgia,
and laws of Georgia,
and that I will support the Constitution
and that I will support the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and that I have been a resident of Douglas County
and that I have been a resident of Douglas County
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and laws of this state.
and laws of this state.
So help me
So
God.
help me God.
Judge Fortner, now the loyalty oath. I, Brian K. Fortner,
I, Brian K. Fortner,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of Douglas County
and being an employee of Douglas County,
and the recipient of public
and
funds
the recipient of public funds
for services rendered
for services rendered
as such employee,
as such employee,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia.
and the Constitution of Georgia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Brian Fortner. I almost
Are you making a face?
No. One more time. Act like you like me.
Thank you.
Look.
Thank you. Let me grab my water. Look, in times like these where society seems so divided, seems like the rhetoric is so destructive in the nation and the state, even in our county sometimes, I just want to tell you that it's time for leaders to come together and say that there's no label that you can put on yourself, no category that you can fall into that's going to cause me, number one, not to love you and not to treat you with dignity and respect when you come in that courtroom. Because that courtroom doesn't belong to me, doesn't belong to any of us, belongs to the citizens of Douglas County. We're just stewards who've been given charge over it for a short period of time. Look, there's nothing special or magical about me. I could give you a list of all the things that people would say are accomplishments and things I've done in my career. And if I did that, I could tell you the group of people who were lifting me up at that particular point in time. All right? I just happen to be someone who's blessed beyond anything that he would ever deserve in this life. All right? I've been blessed with an amazingly supportive family, my wife, and my sons. I've been blessed with some amazing friends and community partners who've crossed over every border and category to work with me to get things accomplished in Douglas County. I've been blessed to be a member of Crossroads Church of Douglasville and have a supportive church family. But most of all, I'm blessed to be the child of an amazing God through which all things are possible, even for what they would label, even for what society would label as a poor white trash boy from Cabbagetown in Atlanta. And here I am with all of you. When my hair has grayed over time, I hope that has brought me wisdom. But now, more than ever, I realize that to God be the glory of my family, to God be the glory of anything I have done in my career, to God be the glory of my life. I hope all of you have an amazing 2025 that's full of happiness and peace. I will do my best to serve you. I'm humbled by your support, and I thank you. God bless you.
Well, amen, and thank you for taking us to church for a bit on that Saturday morning. Appreciate that. So next, as we wrap up our judiciary swearing-ins, we will have Judge Valerie V. Vi, who will be sworn in next by the Honorable Cynthia Adams, incoming Chief Judge, Douglas County Superior Court. Valerie V. Vi is an Ohio native born in Youngstown, Ohio. She has one daughter, Valeria Victoria. Judge Vi received her BS with a major in psychology and a minor in business administration from Bowie State University, where she graduated with honors. Judge Vi attended law school at Cumberland School of Law at Samford University, where she received her Juris Doctorate degree. Judge Vi began her legal career as a prosecutor in Baltimore City. She served as a special assistant state's attorney prior to her licensing in Georgia. She also had a private law practice in Douglasville for 15 years, where she specialized in criminal, family, and juvenile law. She returned to the prosecutor's office as an assistant district attorney, where she headed the accountability courts, mental health, and the drug court, and pretrial diversion programs. Judge Vi had the forethought to bring a mental health awareness campaign to Douglas County. The campaign's focus was to make both students and parents aware of the early signs of mental health imbalances that often lead to self-medicating and criminal activity. She teamed with the Stomp the Stigma organization and was given a grant by the Douglas County Board of Commissioners for that endeavor. Judge Vi was elected president of the Douglas County Bar Association in 2006 and was the first African American to hold the esteemed position. Judge Vi received a special appointment to the probate court bench in June of 2024. She successfully ran for probate judge in Douglas County in the May 2024 primary and November 2024 general election. Judge Adams, I turn the microphone over to you.
Well, thank you. Before we get started, you know, it's always something when you get to administer the oath of office to someone that you would call a friend. I have known what I like to think of her as Triple V, Valerie V. Vi, for many years when we were in the juvenile court together. You truly have someone who cares about this community, who will work her hardest. And I'm so very proud and honored to be administering the oath to you today, Valerie. You have fought for this. You deserve this. You are the right person for the probate judge position.
Thank you.
All right, let's do this. You will repeat after me. I, Valerie V. Vi,
I, Valerie Vanessa Vi,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of judge
of judge
of the probate court
of the probate court
for the County of Douglas
for the County of Douglas
during my continuation in office,
during my continuation in office,
according to law,
according to law,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability,
and ability,
without favor
without favor
or affection
or affection
to any party,
to any party,
and that I will only receive
that I will only receive
my legal fees.
my legal fees.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any
of any
unaccounted for
unaccounted for
public money
public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereof,
or authority thereof,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am prohibited
that I am prohibited
from holding
from holding
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
and that I am
that I am
otherwise qualified
otherwise qualified
to hold said office
to hold said office
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and laws of Georgia,
and the laws of Georgia,
and that I will support
and that I will support
the constitutions
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, we've got one more. I,
I,
Valerie Vanessa Vi,
Valerie Vanessa Vi,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of Douglas County,
and being an employee of Douglas County,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
for services rendered
for services rendered
as such employee,
for such employee,
do hereby
do hereby
solemnly swear and affirm
solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of Georgia.
of Georgia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, your probate court judge, Valerie Vanessa Vi. Congratulations.
Well, as always, they save the best judge for last. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't thank God, who has gotten me here and has helped me through all the challenges of this job and all the other jobs. It's funny when I sit here and I look at service always comes around. The people who were elected today, I have been seeing in this county for 20 years. They have always served. They have always been willing to do the work. I was an attorney a long time before a judge, and one of the things I prided myself on is being able to read the room. And as I read the room, y'all saying don't talk much. And so that I will not do. I also had the pleasure of serving in front of Judge McClain, and one of the things the good attorneys would do was they could read Judge McClain's hair. And if it was one of those days he didn't feel like being bothered, we would kind of ask for a continuance because we knew what to do. So I say that jokingly. I appreciate all of your service, Judge McClain. I appreciate the citizens of Douglas County who voted for me, who have been there for me these last 6 months during the appointment. So all I will say is I will humbly go forth and serve. Thank you.
Congratulations, Judge Vi. Next, Clerk Annetta Danley Stembridge will now be sworn in by the Honorable Dia Warren, Superior Court Judge. Madam Clerk Annetta Danley Stembridge, elected as the Douglas County Clerk of Superior and State Court in Douglas County in 2020, is the first African American to hold this title. She was born in Winston, Georgia, and has been a Douglas County resident her entire life. Her goal has always been to serve the citizens of Douglas County. As a legal advocate, she assisted indigent citizens in getting food stamps, AFDC, and SSI benefits. As a teacher at Douglas County High School, she helped train students to obtain licensure for cosmetology. As a salon owner in downtown Douglasville for more than 35 years, she helped others realize their inner and outer beauty. As a playwright, I did not know this about her, but she's pretty doggone good at that as well. Clerk Stembridge has sought to bless the community with positive messages. Clerk Stembridge is passionate about public service and welcomes the public to the Douglas County Clerk of Superior and state court offices. Compassion for people is at the core of Clerk Stembridge's being and is the foundation of her administration as the Douglas County Clerk of Superior and State Court. Judge Warren, I yield the floor to you.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here with Madam Clerk. Congratulations on your reelection. You all may not know, but Ms. Stembridge goes out of her way to assist everyone to really above and beyond that comes through the doors of her office. And so you are looking at a true public servant. And so if you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Annetta Danley Stembridge,
I, Annetta Danley Stembridge,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will truly and faithfully
that I will truly and faithfully
enter and record
enter and record
all the orders,
all the orders,
decrees,
decrees,
judgments, and other proceedings
judgments, and other proceedings
of the Superior Court
of the Superior Court
of the County of Douglas,
of the County of Douglas,
and all other matters
and all other matters
and things which by law
and things which by law
ought to be recorded,
ought to be recorded,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties
all the duties
required of me
required of me
to the best of my understanding.
to the best of my understanding.
I do further solemnly swear or affirm
I do further solemnly swear or affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for
of any unaccounted for
public money
public money
due this state
due this state
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereof,
or authority thereof,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States
any other state,
and any other state
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am prohibited
which I am prohibited
from holding
from holding
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
by the laws of the state of Georgia,
and that I am otherwise qualified
and that I am otherwise qualified
to hold said office
to hold said office
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and laws of Georgia,
and laws of Georgia,
and that I will support the constitutions
and that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right. And for the loyalty oath, I, Annetta Danley Stembridge,
I, Annetta Danley Stembridge,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of Douglas County,
and being an employee of Douglas County,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
for services rendered
for services rendered
as such employee,
as such employee,
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia.
and the Constitution of Georgia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Did you want us to take a picture?
All right, 1, 2, 3. One more for me. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Here, 3, 2.
Hello, Douglas County. I am so glad to be here. First, I want to give honor to God because, you know, there's they say there's a separation of church and state, but we can't separate God because we do need him here. We need him in this county. We need continued prayer. We have an excellent team here in Douglas County, and I'm very excited about our new year coming in. I want to thank my pastor, my family, and the judicial system in Douglas County because they helped me get through the 4 years. It's a journey, especially when you're the first of anything. There's always certain expectations, but we made it through, and I think my staff did an excellent job. We reached out to the community, and we will continue to do that as well. I especially want to thank the citizens for trusting me another 4 years. One of the things that I really tried to do in the community was to ensure that, and I don't know whether any of you saw me on TV, but I was on TV 3 times because we had a problem with people stealing deeds in Douglas County and all of the counties. So I reached out, to legislators, and I was on the news a lot. And I just wanted to say that that law has been changed. So now in 2025, you don't really have to worry as much about people stealing your deeds. I was very passionate about that. There's a new law, and they can't do it the way they used to. They used to walk in the courthouse, and they could just take your deed. You don't even have to be there with a fake notary. So anyway, I just wanted to say that to you because the law has changed, and I feel really good about that. But I said that to say I will continue to fight for Douglas County and the things that we need to do to make us better. I do feel that our county is great, and I want us to continue to be great. Sometimes I'm the face of your documents. I'm on your documents. I don't know what's going on sometimes because it's about 1,000 go out a day with my name on it. But I want you to know that I'm here to serve you. My team is here to serve you, and we will continue to be servants to the community. Thank you so much, and I thank all of you who voted for me, and I'm going to do my best for the next 4 years. Thank you so much. I love Douglas County.
And thank you, Madam Clerk, for your service. So now we're at the portion of the program where we move to the Douglas County Board of Commissioners. I heard a whoop whoop. That was from D2, I think. We will begin with Chairman Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones, who will be sworn in by the Honorable Cynthia Adams. Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones has established a distinguished 48-year career marked with groundbreaking achievements. Dr. Jones was reelected to serve a third term as Douglas County Commission Chairman on November 5th, 2024. She is the first African American to hold the position of Chairman of Douglas County Board of Commissioners since 1870, and the first African American female to win a countywide election for Commission Chair in Georgia's history since 1788. Since taking office, Dr. Jones has transformed the trajectory of local government by permeating efficient and effective 21st century best practices to better serve all citizens of Douglas County. Her recent noteworthy accomplishments include being named to Who's Who in America, which is limited to individuals who possess professional integrity and demonstrate outstanding achievement in their respective fields. She was recently named County Commission Chair of the Year by the Georgia Association of Black County Officials. Dr. Jones is looking forward to continuing to serve and to lead Douglas County forward. Judge Adams?
Ladies and gentlemen, Madam Chair, as I call her, Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones, is a powerhouse. I remember when I became judge, and I remember Madam Chair, the mayor, and I took a picture together right outside this atrium here. We almost got a little bit emotional because there stood 3 black women in positions that perhaps people could not have seen us in years past. This lady loves this county. I will tell you that she truly loves this county and gives it her all for you as citizens of Douglas County. And again, it is my honor to administer the oath to you today, Madam Chair, Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones. All right. If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ramona Jackson Jones,
I, Ramona Jackson Jones,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will well
that I will well
and truly
discharge
the duties
of Commissioner
for Douglas County
for Douglas County
in all matters
which
require
my official action
to the best of my knowledge and skill. And I will so act as in my judgment will be most conducive to the welfare and best interest of the entire county. I have been a resident of the county for the time required by the Constitution and laws of this state. I do further solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States
of America
and laws of Georgia,
and the laws of Georgia,
and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state. So help me God. We've got one more. All right, I will now administer the loyalty oath. I, Ramona Jackson Jones, a citizen of the state of Georgia, and being an employee of Douglas County, and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support
will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia.
and the Constitution of Georgia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones, folks.
We gotta fight.
On three. One, two, three. One more. One, two, three. Thank you.
Thank you.
One, two, three. One, two, three. Perfect. Thank you.
Wow, my esteemed team asked me to write a one-paragraph bio because they know that I would have a formal speech. Good morning. Just moments ago, I took oath of office in a divine manner with my hand placed on the Bible, vowing to serve as Douglas County Commission Chair for a third term. And I am truly humbled and grateful for this opportunity. Before I proceed with my remarks, I would like to thank God first and foremost for allowing me to move forward and press toward the higher calling of God. I would certainly like to acknowledge my dear, sweet 87-year-old mother who is watching Facebook Live, and my father who is smiling from heaven. I would be remiss not to thank my Mississippi preacher brother and my sister, who's the most brilliant campaign manager on the planet. Certainly and surely, I want to give special thanks to my precious daughter, who's the wind beneath my wings and the energy that keeps me relevant and competitive on every single thing I do. Also, I want to thank my sister from California and her brother for their unending support. And a special thanks to my campaign team who worked tirelessly in the midst of adversity. Please allow me to express my deepest heartfelt gratitude to the Douglas County citizens who cast votes for my reelection on November 5th, 2024. And for those who did not, I promise you I will work to exceed your expectations. To Vice Chairman Alcarez and District 4 Commissioner, District 1 Commissioner Henry Mitchell III, District 2 Commissioner Kenner Jones, District 3 Commissioner Martin Raxton, our County Administrator Dr. David Corbin, my Executive Cabinet, the elected officials, certainly my executive assistant, appointed officials, department administrators, department heads, Douglas County government employees, Douglas County school board members, appointed officials, the Douglasville Mayor, Rochelle Robinson, thank you, Villa Rica Mayor, Austere Mayor, and their city councils members, our Douglas County State delegation, thank you so much, Senator James, for being here today. Clergymen, my fellow veterans, and I'm so proud a movie was just made about Women Army Corps. I had the distinguished honor of being a part of the Women's Army Corps in 1976, and that corps was abolished in 1978, so I'm proud. There's a movie out now called The 6888, and I'm proud. Certainly, I would like to thank my supporters, and most importantly, to all of Douglas County citizens. Today, we chart a new course while being reminded of the unforgettable actions of a relative few, yet tried and tested. I have been compared to Fannie Lou Hamer and Eleanor Roosevelt for standing my ground on unwavering from the truth. And that therefore we will press forward and continue our pursuit of excellence towards building a better, brighter future for every citizen in Douglas County. I truly believe that public service is a noble and necessary cause, and my heart is deeply touched by your tremendous trust in my transformational leadership style. During the last 8 years together, we've done some great things. Our body of work is massive. We have zero debt. Our rainy day reserves are healthy. We secured a table at the seat on the state and federal levels. We've implemented a first ever strategic plan. We made public safety a priority. We have been intentional about improving our transportation infrastructure. We gave birth to a milestone intermodal transit system with an obligation to tweak and make adjustments to meet demands. Our capital investment plans are robust. We are committed to competitive pay for our employees. Our median household incomes are impressive. Our economic development pipeline has moved from millions to billions. Our workforce, that deserves a hand. We moved from millions to billions. Our workforce development initiatives are unmatched. We have led the way in addressing mental health, behavioral health issues, and we are committed to our youth and seniors. We promote public engagement through constituent services and through our top-notch Parks and Recreation Division. And we were the poster child in the state for successfully educating and providing superior public health during COVID-19. And we remain fiscally responsible on all levels while moving from ground zero into the 21st century. As we embark upon a new era, Douglas County, we will celebrate 155 years in existence in 2025. It is clear we are no longer in our teenage years. As we grapple with inflationary pressures, the affordable housing crisis, and homelessness issues, there will be many tough decisions ahead. However, I'm optimistic because together we have beat the odds, we have overcome obstacles, and we turned our challenges into favorable opportunities, and we have a track record that proves it. My administration is working towards obtaining macro related solutions that are plaguing us nationwide. In addition, we will continue to strive for superior environmental and hazmat compliance. We will continue to address ongoing road infrastructure with sidewalks and lighting to help maintain safety. We will continue to tighten controls to insulate our cybersecurity. We will continue to expand technology and communications capacities with enhanced broadband capabilities throughout the county to allow us to stay connected, improve our reliability, while effectively managing the unexpected. Certainly during the 8 last years, we received landmark federal and state grants that have provided the necessary funding needed to take us from good to great. And our magnificent grant division will continue their efforts of competing to allow us to stand fast in the midst of anything that comes towards our county. Together, we have stood on principles, and there's no room for second place. And together, we will continue our legacy of being second to none as we deliver on promises, plans, and promote safety, healthy, and a prosperous lifestyle for all Douglas County citizens. My pledge as your commission chair is a simple one. I will continue working and serving tirelessly with honor, dignity, and civility in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. I will stand for what is right, do what is right, and stand up for all Douglas County citizens. I respectfully ask for your support and prayers as we continue moving our county from ordinary to extraordinary in a unique, unified manner, because we are one Douglas. This is a new day, a brand new era for us to continue to shape the future of our tomorrow. God bless Douglas County, this great state of Georgia, and these United States. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We appreciate your leadership. Next is our District 2 Commissioner, Whitney Kenner Jones, who will also be sworn in by the Honorable Cynthia Adams. You heard a little bit earlier a whoop whoop from Commissioner Kenner Jones. We did and I'm going to say it, an award-winning video, a national award-winning video that we called Mission Possible. And in that video, our commissioners had code names. Remember that, Vice Chair Alcaraz? He's 004. And Commissioner Kenner Jones was, I think we dubbed her the Energizer. And that is because she brings so much life and energy into the room wherever she goes. And we appreciate her light and her energy. Whitney Kenner Jones, Esquire, serves as Commissioner of District 2 in Douglas County and owns Kenner Jones Law, LLC, leveraging her expertise in law, public health, and public administration to transform the Douglas County community. As a distinguished attorney licensed in both Georgia and Oregon, she specializes in child welfare law and conducts critical discrimination investigations for corporations and educational institutions. Her work has earned her the prestigious recognition as a Top 40 Under 40 National Black Lawyers honoree in 2020. Her dedication to youth empowerment is exemplified through her executive board position with Power Up, Inc., where she guides young women into construction and engineering careers. She is also an active member of the West Georgia chapter of Jack and Jill of America and DCP chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, helping shape the next generation of leaders and social action. Demonstrating her commitment to professional excellence and community service, Commissioner Kenner Jones is a charter member of the West Georgia chapter of the National Coalition of Negro Women, and additionally holds membership in the National Bar Association and the Georgia Association of Black Women Attorneys. Since taking office in April 2024, she has spearheaded transformative initiatives, securing vital funding for public health department renovations and forging partnerships with major corporations to create educational opportunities for local youth. Through strategic collaboration with federal representatives, she has obtained significant infrastructure improvement funding to enhance the quality of life for Douglas County residents. As a dedicated public servant, Commissioner Kenner Jones continues to be a dynamic, energetic force for positive change, working tirelessly to build a stronger, more equitable community for all of Douglas County residents. Judge Adams.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So this morning I was surprised by my best friend, Janae Johnson, who is Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion under the governor in New Jersey. And when you look at Commissioner Kenner Jones, I mean, you've heard her bio. She's an advocate, and not just an advocate. Like, you have some people who are lawyers, they call themselves advocates, but they don't really fight hard. She is an advocate, and she fights hard. Don't let her small size fool you, y'all. Don't, and I've known Whitney since we were together as well in juvenile court, advocating for children and young people. And your spirit and passion, the way that you approach the work that you do, whether it's advocating for children or families or advocating for the citizens of Douglas County. We see it. They are very fortunate. We are very fortunate to have you in this role, and it is my honor to administer the oath to you this morning. Raise your right hand. If you would repeat after me. I'm going to try not to get emotional. She's trying to make the judge cry, y'all. I see her. I, Whitney Kenner Jones,
I, Whitney Kenner Jones,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will well
that I will well
and truly
truly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of Commissioner
of Commissioner
for Douglas County
for Douglas County
in all matters
in all matters
which require
my
official action
official action
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and skill.
And
I will so act
I will so act
as in my judgment
as in my judgment
will be most conducive
to
the welfare
and
best interest
of
the entire county. I do further solemnly swear or affirm that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money due this state, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I always like this part, am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and laws of Georgia, and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state. So help me God.
I promise I don't have anybody's money.
And one more. I, Whitney Kenner Jones, a citizen of the state of Georgia, and being an employee of Douglas County, and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia. So help me God.
Thank you.
We were about to be two emotional wrecks up here.
I know everybody said they will keep it brief, but I actually mean it. This feels strangely like deja vu. We were all just here in March doing this, so you've all heard my remarks. But most importantly today, I do want to thank my husband, my most favorite human in the entire world, TJ Jones. He is absolutely fantastic, and without him, none of this would be possible. I also want to thank my sister, Tiffany, for reminding me that I'm just a little sister and I'm not actually in charge of anything. I would like to thank my children and my little brothers who are here today also, because they remind me every day of why we do this. It's so much more important to make sure that we leave this place better than where we found it, and so I'm committed to doing that because of them. But I also want to thank my mom, who is also here today, for making me copy the definition of humble and humility out of the definition every time I got in trouble as a kid, because that reminds me that it's my job to serve you all faithfully, humbly, and with humility. None of this is about me, and none of this is for me. It is for the citizens and the residents of Douglas County, because I do truly believe that we are the best county in Georgia. We are the best in the West. We are the best in the entire state. And I do agree with Madam Chair. We are absolutely one Douglas forward together. I'm definitely committed to that, and so I look forward to serving you all. Thank you.
Congratulations once more, Commissioner Kennard Jones. I see our DA standing by. She's up next. Now to the swearing in of our District Attorney, Dahlia Racine. Her oath of office will be administered by the Honorable Dia Warren. Dahlia Racine is the Douglas County District Attorney. She was elected in 2020 and is the first woman and first person of color to serve in this role in the community. DA Racine brings almost 20 years of prosecutorial experience where she specialized in crimes against women and children, human trafficking, and homicides. She has championed the role of prosecutors to keep communities safe by implementing innovative practices that reduce potential repeat offenders who cause harm by connecting them to resources that bring individual and community healing, while also holding dangerous offenders accountable in our prison system. DA Racine serves on numerous boards across Metro Atlanta that impact community change. Her priority is ensuring that our district attorney's office seeks justice with excellence and integrity in serving our community. Judge Warren.
Thank you. It is truly an honor to be here standing beside District Attorney Racine. 4 years ago, when Ms. Racine was first elected, I watched her swearing in from the audience as her incoming Chief Assistant District Attorney. And we've developed what I would call a very curious friendship because we are alike in all the ways that one should be alike and different in the ways that one should be different. But it is an honor to stand here to swear in my friend. I do want to say, while that means the world outside of the courtroom, it means absolutely nothing inside of it.
Those are facts.
All right, so Ms. Racine, please raise your right hand. I, Elizabeth Dahlia Racine,
I, Elizabeth Dahlia Racine,
do swear or affirm
do swear or affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
and without fear, favor, or affection
and without fear, favor, or affection
discharge my duties
as
District Attorney
District Attorney
and will take only my lawful compensation. So help me God.
So help me God.
I do further solemnly swear or affirm
I do further solemnly swear or affirm
that I am not the holder
of
any unaccounted for
public money
due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. That I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia, and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, and that I have been a resident of this circuit for the time required by the Constitution and the laws of this state. All right. I, Elizabeth Dahlia Racine, a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of the state of Georgia,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
for services rendered
as
such employee,
do
hereby solemnly swear
hereby solemnly swear
and affirm
that
I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of Georgia.
and the Constitution of Georgia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Good morning, all. My daughter told me to be sure that I am brief, so I will be sure to do that. I want to thank all of my fellow electeds, our commissioners, our Madam Clerk, our bench, our school board, and all the other electeds that are here. I see the mayor as well, and so thank you all for being here. My husband, my daddy, and my oldest son, they went hog and deer hunting in South Georgia and are still in the swamps of Georgia doing such. Some might find that ironic. More ironic is we don't even eat hog. So if y'all get a countywide email asking who wants some, please respond so that we can get that to you all. My other son is at a basketball tournament in Alabama, and I would be remiss if I did not mention how absolutely grateful I am for their immense support and love to carry me through the role that I serve here in Douglas County. But I am not missing the importance of the moment of having my mother and daughter stand with me. For many of us, we know that a mother's love is immense. It is wonderful. And the sacrifices my mother made so I could stand right here are immeasurable. And I am extremely grateful to her to be able to stand on her shoulders and be here in this moment now. So thank you, Mom. And to my daughter, who is my arrow that I shoot forward to do greater and much better things. She is way smarter than me, but I can't let her know that yet because she's a teenager. And she has recently decided that she too wants to go to law school. However, she told me, Mom, I don't want to do what you do. I want to be a lawyer that actually makes money. So, Dwayne, I'm going to put her in touch with you so that y'all could talk, because I know nothing about that. But I hope that the work that we are doing here in Douglas County makes them proud. I hope that the work that we're doing here in Douglas County makes our fellow electeds proud. But also, equally important, I hope that the work that we are doing here in Douglas County is making our community proud. We never promised perfection. We promised persistence. We promised resilience. We promised collaboration. And I believe that our team has truly delivered on all those ends. I can tell you that there are some delightful days and there are some absolutely devastating days that we deal with in the work that we do. But we serve with passion, and we are always seeking justice with excellence and integrity every day and in every way. And what I want you all to know that while I am so grateful to be a servant to this community, first and foremost, I am a servant of God, and the one that I hoping to make the proudest of the work that we are doing here is Him. And so thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for your support. And we are looking forward to another 4 years of continuing to do just that. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, DA Racine, and we appreciate your hard work and your service. I've known DA Racine from the very early days of her career. We're not talking about age here, but she has always served with passion, and we appreciate that. So now we're at the point of our program where we turn to our school board officials who have been elected. We begin with the Honorable Tamika Scott of District 1. Judge Adams will administer the oath of office for Ms. Scott. The Honorable Tamika Scott is a dedicated wife of 26 years to Norbert, mother of 5, and Gigi. She has been a passionate advocate for education since 2002. Her dedication to education extends beyond the classroom. She is driven by an unwavering belief in the transformative power of education and that every single child deserves access to a quality education that unlocks their full potential. As a school board member, Ms. Scott is committed to fostering an environment where all students, regardless of background, can thrive. This includes advocating for equitable resources, supporting innovative teaching methods, and ensuring the well-being of both students and educators. Tamika Scott is a member of Chapel Hill Church in Douglasville and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated with the Sigma Omega Omega chapter serving in Douglasville. She is confident her passion, experience, and collaborative spirit will enable her to make a meaningful contribution to the school board and to the broader educational community, believing that together we can build a brighter future for all students in our district. Judge Adams, I yield back to you.
Thank you, thank you. So I have to say that Tamika and I are kindred spirits in that the love for children and believing that education is the path to greatness. You can hear from her biography that that is her passion in life, and that is what she's been doing. She's also my sister. As a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, the Sigma Omega Omega chapter here in Douglas County. I'll just say this. You know, most folks, you know, they go to college, they might join a sorority, and people think that, you know, that's it. But I remember, you know, we were getting ready to do a community service project that involved cleaning up Malone Street and picking up trash. And I mentioned it to my mother that we were going to be doing that. And she said, "Picking up trash? Are you sure you should be doing that?" I said, "That's what we do." And so my sister, my friend, I am honored to administer the oath to you today. All right, if you'll go ahead and place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. I, Tamika Scott.
I, Tamika Chantel Verrain Gibson Scott.
All right. I am not going to repeat all that the second time around. I'm just going to have her state her name. A citizen of the state of Georgia.
A citizen of the state of Georgia.
And being an employee of Douglas County.
And being an employee of Douglas County.
And the recipient of public funds.
And the recipient of public funds.
For services rendered.
For services rendered.
As such employee.
As such employee.
Do hereby solemnly swear.
Do hereby solemnly swear.
And affirm.
And affirm.
That I will support.
That I will support.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
Of the United States.
Of the United States.
And the Constitution.
And the Constitution.
Of Georgia.
Of Georgia.
I do further solemnly swear.
I do further solemnly swear.
Or affirm.
Or affirm.
That I will truly.
That I will truly.
And faithfully.
And faithfully.
Discharge all the duties.
Discharge all the duties.
Required of me.
Required of me.
By law.
By law.
As a member.
As a member.
Of the Board of Education.
As a member of the Board of Education.
Of Douglas County.
Of Douglas County.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
I do further swear.
I do further swear.
Or affirm.
Or affirm.
That I am not the holder.
That I am not the holder.
Of any.
Unaccounted for.
Public money.
Public money.
Due this state.
Due this state.
Or any.
Political
subdivision.
Political subdivision.
Or authority.
Or authority.
Thereof.
Thereof.
that I am not
that I am not
the holder
the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
nor of either
either
of the several states,
the several states,
nor
nor
of any foreign state,
of any foreign state,
and that I
and that I
am otherwise qualified
am otherwise qualified
to hold said office
to hold said office
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of Georgia,
and the laws of Georgia,
and that I
will
support
the
constitutions of the United States
Constitution of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and that I have met
the
residency requirements
of
this office. So help me God.
So help me God.
We've got one more.
Okay.
I state your very full and long name.
Dr. Tamika Chantel Varane Gibson Scott.
A citizen of the state of Georgia.
A citizen of the state of Georgia.
And being an employee of Douglas County.
And being an employee of Douglas County.
And the recipient.
Of
public funds. For services rendered. As such employee. Do hereby solemnly swear. And affirm. That I. Will support the Constitution. Of the United States. And the Constitution. Of Georgia. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's Dr. Tamika Scott. It's her birthday. That's my mama.
I can't promise I won't be long, but I'll probably be fast, because if you know me, I do talk fast, but I'll slow down for today. But good afternoon, everyone. It is with immense gratitude and honor that I stand before you today as your District 1 Douglas County School Board member. This moment is a testament to the support, love, and encouragement of so many incredible individuals in my life, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge them. I was born on December 28, 1977, in Frankfurt, Germany, to two loving and supportive parents. And God, in his wisdom, knew exactly who and what I needed to fulfill his will and purpose in my life. My father gave me street knowledge, and my mama instilled in me tenacity and to continue to speak up every time someone probably told me to be quiet. So that's her. And also been blessed with wonderful step-parents as well, so I don't not want not to acknowledge them. Together, they gifted me with more than I could ever express in gratitude for them. Mom and Dad, thank you for believing in me and supporting me in every endeavor in my life, and I hope that I have made you proud and will continue to do so. Sorry. Okay. I've also been blessed with some amazing sisters who are watching online in Florida, who were probably my first students in my classroom and are now my lifelong friends and supporters. Your love and encouragement have meant the world to me. To my children, to Maje, Neil, to Maya, to Mia, and Nolan, you are, the absolute loves of my life. You have taught me more about love, resilience, and life that I could ever teach you. I hope you always know that I love you unconditionally and just because you are mine. And one day in 1996, my grandparents, I had just finished my first year in college. I was 18 years old, and I was going to work at a gas station, which probably my grandma and my auntie said that's so dangerous and crazy. But I was like, no, I'm good. You know, I'm naive. I'll do it. But, you know, God has this wonderful plan for your life. And one day, I was going out to use the restroom, and some guy walked in, and he only stopped at that gas station because it was 1 cent cheaper. And if anybody knows him, he likes to save money. And he will tell you that is the last time he saved 1 cent, because I was that person holding the door. And when I came out of the restroom, he said, "Since you held the door for me, are you going to pump my gas too?" And I was like, "No," but the rest is history. But God had placed this extraordinary person in my life, someone who loves me just for me. He's my rock, my cheerleader, and my partner in every sense of the word. And who would have thought that the one stopping at that gas station would change my life forever? Norbert, you have literally supported me in every crazy dream I've always had, encouraged me when I felt like giving up, and sacrificed so much for me. He's a teacher here in Douglas County, and he would go flip my signs in front of schools that were in my district before going to work, just to make sure everybody knew who to vote for. If you walked past him in any kind of store, he would say, "Hey, vote for her for school board." And I would tell him, "No, please, no more campaigning." But if he had his voice and you walked past him, you knew who to vote for in that election. But I'm standing here today. I said I only won because of him. I'm standing here today because God placed him in my life, and for that I am endlessly grateful to him. We didn't have a campaign budget. We probably were like the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread that God multiplied, because we're just educators. We probably had about 10 signs throughout Douglas County, and I would see, sorry Caldwell, his big old signs, and you saw my little sign underneath, but I was like, oh well. But despite those challenges, we prevailed. And the victory is a testament to the power of faith and hard work and incredible community that believes in me, because they knew me, not just what I could say in a speech, but those who have worked with me know how I feel about kids and education. Throughout my journey, I have been fortunate enough to experience that prepared me for this role. Eastside Elementary, if you're in the house, you can wave your hands for me. Oh yes, my Eastside people, yes. They showed me that I could lead outside the classroom. And 9 years spent at Sweetwater Elementary. Please wave your hands, my family. They helped me grow as an instructional leader. In a conversation with the Watts sisters, where they are in the building, in the hallway, we were on the kindergarten. They were my kind of campaign managers who we were talking in the hallway one day, and I said, if I ever leave Douglas County, I'm going to run for school board. And they reminded me when I left to go work for Paulden that the time is now. So I thank them for that. And this membership into Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the Sigma Omega Omega, my people, wave your hands, my pink and green. It's not just for wicked. We are wonderful. They help me also with my purpose and to serve my community. I am really not a politician, and I don't aspire to be one, even though I know this role is that. I am an educator who is literally passionate about making a difference in the lives of students, teachers, and parents. While I may not always get it right, I promise to always do what is right by the citizens and students of Douglas County. As I take on this new role, I ask for your prayers and support. I also encourage everyone here to get involved. Attend school board, city council, and commissioner meetings. Hold your elected officials accountable, including me. Together, we can ensure transparency and make decisions that reflect the best interests of our community. Thank you for your trust, your votes, and belief in me. I am excited to serve you for the next 4 years and work alongside you to create a brighter future for Douglas County students. Thank you, and may God bless you, and always know that you are loved by me. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Now, for the swearing in of the Honorable Glenn Easterwood, School Board District 5. He will be sworn in by the Honorable Brian Fortner of the Douglas County State Court. Glenn Easterwood currently serves on the Douglas County School Board as the District 5 representative. This board was recently recognized as the Georgia School Board Association 2024 Governance Team of the Year. He is a lifelong resident of Douglas County, a graduate of Alexander High School, and served in the United States Navy. We thank you for your service. And now I will turn the microphone over to Judge Fortner.
All right, it's a real honor to administer the oath to a friend of mine. You all have been witness to some of the amazing female leadership that we have here in Douglas County. There is a place for a strong, kind, humble gentleman. Mr. Easterwood is one of those men. Don't let this Russian gangster appearance that he has fool you. If you get to know him, he is a true public servant. He answers the call to help people in a way that goes beyond anything having to do with the school board. And you need to get to know him to know that. So it's my honor to swear him in. Ms. Easterwood, if you're willing to take this oath, place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Glenn Easterwood,
I, Glenn Easterwood,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
a citizen of the state of Georgia,
and being an employee of Douglas,
and being an employee of Douglas,
and the recipient of public funds
and the recipient of public funds
for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia. I do further solemnly swear that I will truly and faithfully discharge all the duties required of me by law as a member of the Board of Education of Douglas County to the best of my ability. I do further swear affirm that I am not the holder of any accounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof. That I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States nor of either of the several states nor of any foreign state, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia,
and
that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, and that I have met the residency requirements of this office. So help me God. And now for the loyalty oath. I, Glenn Easterwood, a citizen of the state of Georgia, and being an employee of Douglas County, and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia. So help me God. Congratulations, my friend.
I know you are ready to go. I promise I will be short. I promise. First off, before I forget, I want to thank my lovely wife. It's not easy, as you know, being a spouse to a public servant. I'm not a politician. Please don't ever call me that. I'm a public servant. But if it wasn't for her, me walking around the yard on the phone while dinner's ready, can you come in? I got one more call I got to do. She does a lot. She supports me in ways you have no idea. And if you know me, you know I'm a lot to handle. I'm a mess sometimes. And she does a great job with it. I want to thank her. And I know y'all just heard we won Governance Team of the Year. That's a big deal for us. And I'd like to thank our board chair, Ms. Tracy Rooker, right here. We'd give her a round of applause, please. She is by far the best board chair in the state of Georgia and the United States, as far as I'm concerned. She taught me the difference when I came on the board, the difference between being accepted and embraced. There's a big difference. You can accept somebody, but when you truly embrace them, then you become one, and we definitely are one as a board, and that means a lot to me. And we take being on the Board of Education very seriously. I don't know if there's words that we could express to you where you would understand how big of a deal that is. And to echo the sentiments of my friend Judge Fortner, I know it's been a tough year for a lot of people. You know, I mean, I'll address the elephant in the room. In November, there was a decision made that upset millions of people. And I'm too very upset that Alabama didn't get in the playoffs. I just want everybody to know that. But no, he and I both, we feel the same way. You know, I love this county, how this county is, not how this county was. I love this county, how it is and how it will be. And I'm thankful for my relationship with all of our public servants. I have great relationships with all of them. I can pick the phone up at any time and call you and ask a favor. Hey, I need this, or what do you think about this? And I hope you know that you can call me at any time. I'll do whatever I can. If you know me and we have any kind of relationship together where you've known me for any period of time, you know I'll take a bullet for you. I may be the reason you're getting shot at to begin with, but nevertheless, I will take a bullet for you. But I thank everybody. This is the first election where I ran where I was the best looking and the smartest, because I ran unopposed, obviously. I want to thank you for that, because to me, I hope that is a signal that, hey, you're doing an okay job. And I hope that you feel like I represent you. If you don't feel that way, please come to me and tell me how I can, because that's my ultimate goal, is represent everybody in this county. And I thank you guys. I love our county. I love you guys. And thank you so much. Thank you.
So we have been to church and we've had a comedy show. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your patience and indulgence. It is not on your program, but we have a special program edition right now. We are going to be swearing in our coroner, Renee Godwin, and her oath of office will be administered by Judge Valerie V. Vi. And we will then come to the end of our program. Renee Godwin and her family are longtime residents of Douglas County. Coroner Godwin is a proud product of the Atlanta Public School System and a graduate of Morris Brown College. In addition to obtaining her Peace Officer certification, Coroner Godwin is also a Peace Officer Standards and Training Certified General Instructor, a Certified Gang Resistance Education and Training Instructor, a TASER instructor, as well as a board member and state certified assessor for the Georgia Police Accreditation Coalition, which offers professional certification for Georgia's various law enforcement agencies. Coroner Godwin has dedicated her life to public service, having served over 27 years as a law enforcement professional in the metropolitan Atlanta area. Among her many achievements, she is proud to have served as Douglas County Deputy Sheriff under the leadership of Sheriff Phil Miller. The culmination of Coroner Godwin's law enforcement career reflects her unwavering commitment to personal and organizational professionalism. Coroner Godwin has assisted multiple agencies in obtaining and maintaining their national accreditations and state certifications. In recognition of her outstanding public service, she was awarded Senate Resolution 394 by State Senator Donzella James of the 35th District in March of 2017. Judge Vi, I yield the microphone to you.
Thank you. I am to say that I am much surprised to have been requested to give this oath. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If there's anything that I can say about Renee, is that you'll take a licking and just keep on ticking. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Renee B. Godwin,
Swear that I will
swear that I will
well and truly
serve
the state of Georgia
the state of Georgia
in said office
in said office
and faithfully
and faithfully
and truly execute
and truly execute
all writs and precepts
all writs and precepts
to me
to me
directed
directed
or which
or which
I may lawfully execute
I may lawfully execute
when placed in my charge,
when placed in my charge,
and return the same
and return the same
according to the best of my knowledge,
according to the best of my knowledge,
skill,
skill,
and judgment,
and judgment,
that I will,
that I will,
in no case,
in no case,
knowingly
knowingly
use or exercise
use or exercise
my office
my office
illegally,
illegally,
corruptly,
corruptly,
or unjustly,
or unjustly,
and that I will not,
and that I would not,
under any pretense,
under any pretense,
take,
accept,
or enjoy any fee or reward
any fee or reward
pertaining to my office
pertaining to my office
other than such as are allowed by law, but that I will, in all things, touching the duties of my office, demean myself honestly, fairly, and impartially to the best of my ability. I do further solemnly swear that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia, and that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and the laws of Georgia, and that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state. So help me God. Your loyalty, Lord. I state your name.
I, Renee B. Godwin,
A citizen of
a citizen of
the state of Georgia, and being an employee of Douglas County, and in the receipt of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia. So help me God. Douglas County, your coroner.
Good afternoon. Won't he do it? First, I would like to thank God, who's the head of my life, and like the other elected official said, without him, there's nothing. In my line of work, we all have a beginning date and an ending date. You never know when it's your last day. So we need to come together as one and get our lives together first. I would like to thank everybody, all of my supporters, for their support, their love, their help, their prayers, everything. I would also like to thank the commissioners for assisting me with the things that I've needed. It's been a long 8 years, and I would like to thank the commissioners for allowing us to have a better facility for the people in the county. We went from a boiler room to a 911 building, and now we have the state-of-the-art coroner's office. We went from having 9 decedents to being able to hold 27 decedents. We're able to help the hospitals in the county now because they have no morgue, and we can help the other hospitals out. But I just wanted to thank everybody for all of your love and support.
Thank you, Coroner. Congratulations. And now just a few brief remarks. And then our mayor is in the room. She will be closing us out, Mayor Rochelle Robinson, with the benediction. Okay, thank you so much. So congratulations to all of our newly sworn elected officials who will assume office on January 1st, 2025. Please join me in another round of applause for all of them. We appreciate your support and encouragement and your patience today. We know it's been a long program, but for each and every single one of the individuals who's come up here to be sworn in today, this is their moment and a proud moment for each of them and their family. So we appreciate you for your patience this morning and now afternoon. Okay, and I want to take this brief moment to applaud some of our newly elected and re-elected officials who were previously sworn in prior to this ceremony. Sheriff Tim Pounds, a round of applause for him. I saw our tax commissioner earlier, Greg Baker. And our new Superior Court Judge, Lauren Wallace. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you to each of you who have joined us here in person and online virtually. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support and encouragement. It has been an honor to serve as your moderator on behalf of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners and our county administration and the citizens of Douglas County. Now, you'll find a video recap on social media at Douglas County GOV. That's our handle, and that includes Facebook and our YouTube channel. And it will also be rebroadcast on our government access channel, DCTV 23. We appreciate you for joining us here today. God bless you. Have a great day. Stay put. Mayor Rochelle Robinson, would you please take the microphone? And I am getting a note as the mayor makes her way to the microphone behind me from our probate judge. If you have been sworn in today, please sign your paperwork so that you will be official. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Mayor Robinson.
Thank you so much. What a blessing to be here today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We rejoice and we're so glad. It's such an exciting time to be here. I give you greetings from the city of Douglasville, where I have served. This is my 3rd term, and I thank God for that. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the elected officials. You all know, I know how it is. I've run 5 campaigns. Woo-wee! And Soror Dr. Scott, my husband, says I still owe him for the first one as city council because, you know, we didn't know either. We just paid and did whatever we had to do. But the city and the county, as Madam Chair, Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones has said, we are one. The city of Douglasville cannot work effectively without having the county. And of course, citizens, we know that there is an executive, legislative, and judicial branches of government, and we all work together as one, and this is a blessing. The city of Douglasville is in Douglas County, and whether you live in the city or the county limits, when someone sends you mail or you pay a bill, it says Douglasville. So we're excited that that the county courthouse is in Douglasville and Douglas County. We love you all, and we're just so excited to be here today. Now, to the elected officials, may God give them strength, give you strength in the times of trouble, give you spirit from God's wisdom and justice to those who you govern over and who you lead. May God send you help and light in the time of trouble, and may his wisdom continue to reign in your hearts. Now, probate judge Valerie Vanessa Vi, VVV. You know, I'm Reverend Rochelle Robinson, so I'm RRR. So before I leave, I'll say this because this is what God has put on my heart to say. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things he has done. Now to him who is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before his present throne. To God be the glory, exceeding joy, to the only wise God, who is Savior, glory, majesty, dominion, and power. May God continue to bless you and be with you. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen. God bless you.
And one quick note. I hear it's hungry in here. If you are hungry, there is a reception upstairs on the 3rd floor. Reception, 3rd floor atrium. Please join us.